And still, you're WWE champion, even though that belt is obviously out of date, but this is the only figure I have in my loose collection of Dan Bryan that's at least accurate. And then, of course, it's the World Heavyweight title, but, I just need a thumbnail because I didn't really want the thumbnail of me, but anyways, I'm going to turn it back around real quick. Oh, yeah, quick look at my loose figure collection for the hell of it. We'll go back to my office and we'll look at my mod collection maybe later. I don't know. Okay, so what a show. Definitely a good one, especially at the end with Kofi. That and it, for one moment, I almost thought Kofi could do it, and I did not predict that Kofi was going to win. I still predicted Dan Bryan to win the WWE Championship, well, to retain it. I mean, but for one moment, Kofi Kingston almost this close to becoming WWE Champion for the first time in his decade-long career with the company. Man, so if you guys followed my predictions earlier from the live stream I did before the show started, I got most of them right. Some of them I got wrong, and there's some that I got wrong. I'm okay with getting wrong. Kickoff show, I got that right. Buddy Murphy retained the Cruiserweight Championship. Let's see. We start off with the Women's Tag Team Elimination Chamber match. Now, I was right about Carmel and Naomi for sure not winning. But my choice to win the match was Nia Jax Tamina, which, you know what? I'm glad I lost the prediction because I was only going with a gut feeling that I thought they were going to win, but thankfully they didn't. Oh my gosh. It ended up being Bayley and Sasha Banks, which, you know what? I'm fine with that. I mean, it could have been Sonya and Mandy. I thought maybe they'd be another choice, but they ended up taking that last pin at the end. So, I'm fine with that too. I'm glad for Bayley and Sasha. Definitely hope that they'll have a good reign and doesn't end with them dropping the belts quick and we see the team split, but we'll have to see what happens. Let's see. Next match was Miz and Shane versus the Usos, and I was not expecting the Usos to win, especially after Jimmy Uso had got arrested a couple of days prior. I guess maybe it was still WWE's plan to begin with to keep. I guess have the Usos win the belts, and then I don't know. I guess for now we're gonna still see Miz and Shane together. I'm sure, even though we're in a new era where there's like no guaranteed rematch clauses, maybe they'll still get a rematch anyway, whether it be on the next episode of SmackDown or not. But yeah, that wasn't expecting that. So far on the main show, I was 0 for 2, but 1 and 2 altogether. If you include the kickoff show. Then we had the I'm trying to remember the match order. I don't know why I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, the Raw Women's title, an easy one to predict. Ronda Rousey defeating Ruby Riott in what was a quick squash match. Of course, they used the rest of that time to have Charlotte out there, have her and Ronda, have face to face. And there comes Becky Lynch limping on crutches. But hey, if she's in a wheelchair, there is no way that she is gonna, not go to WrestleMania to get back what she earned. A shot at Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's title, even if it ends up being a triple threat match because Charlotte's in it. And also, how about that attire that Ronda's wearing? Wasn't it the typical Roddy Piper, inspired attire that she had been wearing? I mean, even though at the Rumble she wore like a White Ranger attire, this one, if I remember right, it was like a Sonya Blade, Mortal Kombat inspired attire. So it was pretty cool. So yeah, that was awesome. That was pretty cool to see. But of course, you had Becky Lynch, showing her fight spirit. Ronda, got some blows in. Of course, ends up getting cut open. But yeah, that was a good end to the match. After it was over. So of course, I'm 2 for 2 on predictions. Then Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman. I figured that Baron was gonna have interference. I forgot it was I didn't think I realized it was a no disqualification match. But I knew that he was gonna take that liberty, have help. I expected Drew McIntyre, and you know what? I also forgot to mention one match before I get to that. You know what? I don't know. I almost kind of went out of order, but between Ronda and Ruby, and then uh, Baron and Braun, I was not expecting this, and I had not predicted it. So I'll get back to it in a moment. Actually, you know what? I guess I better get the elephant out of the room. Here I got a figure here. I don't have many figures of him loose, but your new Intercontinental Champion, Finn Balor. Yeah, it's a 12-inch figure I bought like a Dollar General, but I was like, man, Finn Balor. I still can't believe it. I'm honestly surprised that Balor won the Intercontinental title, and I predicted that Lashley was going to retain, whether he made the pinfall or Real Rush was going to make the pinfall, but that was crazy. Wow. I mean, I'm happy too. I even put all caps when I was on my buddy Josh's live stream, because I was keeping him updated on the on the results of the show, since he was busy streaming some artwork on his YouTube channel. But man, that was insane. So of course, before I forgot my order, I was mentioning Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman, which Corbin won, and I predicted Corbin was going to win because he was going to, you know, have interference with Drew McIntyre. Then Bobby Lashley, that came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that Bobby Lashley was going to get involved, but that doesn't surprise me because he did have a previous alliance with Corbin and with McIntyre. Sorry if it's kind of dark. I had to turn my highlight on. Oh yeah, by the way, some figures behind me, and of course right behind me, Kofi and Daniel Bryan, the two men that made it to the end. So sorry, my mouth. Yeah, I just thought I'd show that real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna go to my office, just turn my light on. I was kind of staying in the living room so I could maybe watch the Mark Henry special, but I don't know. Maybe I'll watch that later. But boy, still, I was not expecting that Finn Balor to win, the Intercontinental Championship. But I'm happy. Of course, main event, the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match, as I just mentioned earlier, Daniel Bryan retained. Of course, elimination order, Smojo gets eliminated. Then eventually we see AJ get eliminated, which that was a shame, but I had a feeling he wasn't going to win. Then Jeff Hardy, then Randy. With Kofi, man. Kofi making it all the way to the end. I mean, that was crazy. And for one moment, man, I thought maybe Kofi could win. And though I didn't predict him to win, but I thought he could. I mean, that would have been like the upset of the year, like the ultimate feel-good moment. So anyways, I see I have 2 viewers, so if anyone wants to come say hi, maybe give me your reactions. I don't think I'll stay on for very long with this stream, but I want to see if anyone will at least comment. Maybe I'm gonna try to post them right now, maybe on Twitter or something, to let everybody know I'm streaming right now. So maybe you guys can go back and, I guess, watch the early part of the stream where I just mentioned, just give my quick review of everything. But man, that was awesome. Hey, Tony Tangy, what's up, man? I didn't see you on my stream earlier. But I'm glad you're on this stream, man. What do you think about the show? I thought it was pretty good. I mean, you guys can always feel free to go back and watch this on replay, because I'm sure, this one, hopefully the stream's going pretty well. I went back and watched my other stream earlier just to make sure that it uploaded fine after I was done doing it. I was on for about 2 hours with the last stream. And by the way, I opened some cool cards too, like from the stream I did earlier, man. Oh, you were just going from work? Well, I hope you don't mind getting spoilers. I don't know if you were getting ready to watch the show or not. So if not, then I guess if you don't mind being spoiled, then that's all right. But it was definitely one hell of a show. It sure was, man. I mean, I'll tell you that. But in my stream earlier, I pulled some cool wrestling, some cool cards, a Road WrestleMania box, this cool blue blue parallel. Okay. Well, as I mentioned before, going back, kickoff show, Buddy Murphy retains the title against the Cruiserweight title against Akira Tozawa. Predicted that one right. And then, of course, I predicted that Nia and Tamina would win the women's tag titles, but thankfully they didn't. Congrats to Bayley and Sasha. And then, well, Miz and Shane lost the tag titles to the Usos, which came to a real shock to me because I didn't think they were going to do that. I guess they didn't have time to change the match, be able to maybe favor it, or if it was their plan all along, I don't know. And then Finn Balor, man. Finn Balor winning a handicap match. And keep in mind, he pins Leo Rush, so there's going to probably be some grievance from Bobby Lashley saying he wasn't pinned, so he feels like he didn't lose the title. So I don't know. We'll have to see going forward what happens there. Raw Women's title match, which I once again without order, I apologize, but I think because the Raw Women's match was before Finn. I'm just like, man, I'm still kind of like can't believe how much of the show was like. It was like, man, I think it was even better than the Rumble in a way. In a way, it was like it was crazy to kind of see how something Russell see Ronda squash Ruby real quick. But once again, I figured that it was a safe bet that Ruby was not going to win tonight. That they're going to keep the plans going forward for Ronda to still defend the title at WrestleMania against Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Because keep in mind, Becky's not in the match, but she will be. Even she has to be in the match in a wheelchair because she was on crutches tonight when she entered the arena. Playing up that injury that's keeping her out, which has to be a kayfabe injury. Just the only way they're keeping her out of the WrestleMania main event. And I said main event because I feel like that match will close WrestleMania when WrestleMania comes up here in another month and a half. And then of course, Strowman, I predicted him to lose to Corbin, and then the main event there, Bryan retained the WWE Championship. Now, one thing that did kind of suck is we were discussing earlier on the stream that there was a possibility. Sorry, I'll swallow my gum. There's a possibility that Bray Wyatt might come back tonight. And I was waiting too. I was like, man, I want those lights to go off. I want that crazy video to show Bray and all that stuff and all that. I was waiting, but nope. The last thing we end is with Daniel Bryan leaving, and then we see Xavier Big E come out. They pick up Kofi. Everybody's clapping. It was a good feel-good moment to see Kofi make it to the end, even though he didn't win the championship. So overall, 4-3 for my predictions. And I'm just gonna turn the volume down my video here. I wanted to share this to Twitter real quick. I don't know if I share it to Facebook. It seems like when I share stuff to Facebook, nobody really notices, except for like maybe one or two people. But I get a few people notice it on Twitter. So hold on, guys. If anyone's watching now, I'm gonna put some on Twitter now. So if you're just joining me and I'm not talking well, you can always feel free to go back and rewind the stream and then, come back to me live. Because I was going to stay on the living room for a while to watch the Mark Henry special, but I was like, nah, I kind of want to come back here to stream with you guys. Hopefully, if I can hear everybody else's spots. So right now, just give me another moment, guys. I'm going to try to get it out on Twitter real quick. But hey, 4 viewers, awesome. Like I said, if anyone wants to actually comment on the show, if you watched it, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you thought of each match, and were you surprised by any? Okay, cool. Oh, you got back. Oh, cool. Awesome. I'm hear that, Tony. I'm actually waiting on some figures from Ringside that one of them is going to be a Dusty Rhodes, and then I ordered some figures from late 63, 64, some other sets, and whenever I get that package, sometimes I'm going to do an unboxing. And Josh, I agree. Yep, I am happy that the Boston Hug Connection won. I'm just glad that the people I predicted didn't win because no one wants to see Nia and Tamina win. So yeah, I'm trying to add the link to the live stream real quick, which is good. I'm glad I actually got some people viewing. I'm glad you guys actually enjoyed this live stream. I'm gonna try to be more consistent with these live streams. Yeah, I'm happy for the Usos too. I'm not gonna hate on the Usos because of one bad thing Jimmy did.
He was drunk, messing with a cop because he didn't want his wife to get in trouble. But it happens. So I don't know. Maybe this will be a short reign. I don't know because they might not have had time to change their plans, or this was what they wanted to do anyway. But still, well, let's see. Yeah, boys be boys. That's right. But yeah, I mean, still though, at the end with Kofi, yeah, that was something. That was some crazy stuff. Like I said, I had in my heart for a moment thinking that Kofi was gonna do it, that he was gonna win it. Like that one near fall, I was like, man. I mean, yeah, I would have been 3 to 4 of my predictions if he did win, but at the same time, it would have been an upset. Plus, keep this in mind, I don't like bringing up race. It's been a long time since we've had an African American hold the WWE Championship, let alone a world title. The last time WWE, I think there was an African American World Heavyweight Champion was Mark Henry back in 2011, the person that they're talking about now on the network. But now when it comes to the WWE Championship, really The Rock's been the only one. I mean, yeah, he's half Samoan, but The Rock is half black, and I really feel like with all the stuff WWE's been talking about with Black History Month, and that so far they've mostly only had African Americans hold the U.S. belt, the Intercontinental Tag Team Championships. Hell, the Women's Tag Team Championship. You have two people who are not white. I mean, Sasha Banks is like African American. She looks like maybe she's half African American, half white. And then you have Bailey, who's Hispanic. So yeah, but still, it's like the WWE Championship, even the Universal Belt, which is still new. I mean, we had only Roman Reigns and Samoan hold it, but I don't know. It would be nice someday to see an African American hold WWE Championship, but for now, at least, I guess we're gonna wait and see who Daniel Bryan will feud with next. Maybe, who knows? Maybe on SmackDown we will see Bray Wyatt. The keyword is maybe. I don't know. I'm still trying to. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna hold my breath so much. I feel like that's just. I mean, I feel like somebody for WrestleMania they gotta bring back Bray Wyatt for sure. So I think I'm gonna stay on here for a little bit. I think I'll stay on until about 10 o'clock. Really? That still has Bobby Lashley as the champ? Huh. Well, I mean, in the match, they said whether he pinned either Bobby Lashley or Leo Rush, that unless Leo Rush was not the legal man, I mean, there was times I was trying to keep up with the match. Plus, I was watching in their live stream and I was tweeting, so I might have missed whether or not maybe Bobby did tag out or something. I mean, as of late, WWE's kind of been doing like their own little parody of what's been going on at the NFL with referees. Yes, dude, I'm with you, Josh. We need to see Brock Lesnar drop the Universal Belt. All right, Tony, I'm gonna check it real quick. I want to see what WWE.com says. I mean, they were giving the belt to Finn Balor, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I jumped too soon saying that. I mean, Finn got the victory for sure. So, hmm. Unless I don't know, I'm done. That's crazy, huh? I'm just trying to wait for WWE.com to load up my computer real quick. Of course, on WWE.com, the first picture they show is Bailey and Sasha holding the new women's tag team titles. Hmm. Come on, load in. My computer's real slow. I'll have to get a new computer one of these days. I'm trying to find the article. But yeah, definitely a pretty good show. I would say for sure. One that I pretty much did enjoy. I mean, I enjoyed the Royal Rumble too, but I think this show definitely had me, a little more on the edge of my seat than the Rumble did. And the Rumble's a bigger show, obviously. But also, this was a 4 hour show versus the 5 hour Royal Rumble. And then, you add in the kickoff show. the kickoff show for Elimination Chamber was only an hour versus the 2 hour kickoff show for the Rumble, and I didn't even watch the first hour of the kickoff of the Rumble. Yeah, maybe. I mean, they got the full results here online. Unless there's a technicality where maybe they're saying maybe that they didn't expect Finn Balor to pin Lio Rush to or win the belt. I'm trying to. Okay, I'm seeing the results right here. I don't know. Like I said, unless it was a situation where, like I said, Lio Rush was not the legal man in the match. That's the only way I could see maybe the belt stays with Bobby Lashley. Then the ref made the mistake of counting the pinfall. Like I said, I watched what I could of the match, but at the same time, I said I was watching a live stream and also was tweeting, and I just can't tweet fast enough. I try to tweet as fast as I can, and then I missed something. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta change my tweet. Like when somebody got elimination time. Yeah. I don't know. They're not showing anything on the results of the Intercontinental title match. I don't know why. That makes no sense. You know what? Sometimes I almost feel like it's better to go to other wrestling sites. I'm about to go to Wrestling Inc. or WrestleZone, see what they say, because they almost kind of do a better job sometimes of covering the stuff in WWE. WWE may not be updating everything, because you got to keep in mind the women's title match, the women's tag title match was first in the card. So I guess I'm going to try to read what I didn't watch all the way through. Just wait for my slow computer to finish loading. Like, I got good internet, just my computer just needs to be taken out and, like, old Yeller and shot, and I need to go buy a new computer. I mean, I'm not saying it was the best pay-per-view ever, but I thought it was a decent show. I mean, it's typical WWE show, but I mean, okay, so Lashley dominates Balor, more power moves, goes spear. Rush tags himself in. Lashley doesn't look too happy. Balor takes advantage, drops Rush. Swings the tag, but Balor doesn't let him in. Okay, so WWE hasn't updated yet, but Finn Balor is new Intercontinental Champion. And it says on Wrestling Inc., which, like I said, I figured because that part I did watch. Like when I saw the ref going for the cover, and then Finn was given the belt. So Finn is Intercontinental Champion. Yeah, I'm glad too, because I just don't know how much more I could take of Balor not being given a push. Like, one of the best wrestlers in your company. You got him, you got AJ, even back when you talk about the women. And there's many others. I just, like, AJ gets a good push, obviously. I mean, I can handle AJ not being WWE Champion right now because they got to keep Bell and Bryan for at least a little bit longer. But with Finn, it's like, if you're not gonna put the Universal belt on, at least put another belt on. And I'm glad he's Intercontinental Champion. I'm fine with that. I mean, hopefully it'll be a stepstone for him to go back into the Universal picture at some point. But hopefully he'll be a good defending Intercontinental Champion, and that's all I can really hope for. I mean, really, that's probably the biggest shock, but the one that I'm probably the most happy about, along with the women's tag title match. But I mean, yeah. Yeah, dude, Kofi was so close. I mean, I would have been happy if Kofi would have won. He needs to win that belt. He needs to win the WWE Championship before his career's over. I mean, keep in mind, the guy's like, what, 37, 38, so he can still go in the ring. Age really doesn't mean much when you got like AJ Styles, who's like 41 and still going. And I feel like Kofi, if he decides he wants to settle, wind down his career, I feel like he needs to be champion before he does end his career anytime in the future. I mean, the New Day, I'm just gonna be honest, the New Day's kind of run their course. They can only be so entertaining for so long, but I feel like Kofi, yeah, everybody talks about Big E being the breakout star, but really Kofi's the one that needs to be the champion. Yeah, dude, and I agree with you. Randy's yeah. Randy, I don't know what to say about Randy anymore. He's been WWE champion like, what, 10, 11 times now, 12 times? I've lost track. It's like Randy Orton, I feel like he has nothing left to prove. He's just there as their old guard. You know, we don't see John Cena anymore. John Cena's busy acting and doing other stuff. And Randy Orton, well, besides being there to have, the commentators yell RKO out of nowhere, there's nothing else they can do with Randy. I mean, but Kofi, I feel like at some point he needs to be WWE champion. He's held almost every other belt he could. He could hold the U.S., Intercontinental, both the Raw and SmackDown tag titles. It's like not having him as WWE champion at some point in his career is just sad. Yeah, I agree with you with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's somebody else who has nothing left to prove. Somebody who is actually the same age as AJ Styles, like 41 years old. He's been WWE champion multiple times. He's been world champion. Hell, he's even been TNA champion. So Jeff Hardy's career might be winding down at some point. Matt Hardy's already teased retirement, so I think Jeff at some point will too. But nevertheless, decent show. If I'm gonna rate the show, I'm not gonna give it a 5 out of 5. I would say a good 3.5, maybe almost a 4. Just because I enjoyed it. I mean, I wish it could have been a little better, but I still enjoyed the show. It was still decent for what it was. For me, obviously, the Elimination Chamber matches, both the what's the worst wrestler you met? Dude, unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to meet any wrestlers. I would love to meet a wrestler someday. I mean, I've heard stories about wrestlers, but I've never had a chance to meet one. I mean, someday, dude, I would love to meet wrestlers. I mean, wouldn't want to meet a wrestler that's mean or anything, but, you know, someday I would like to. I mean, I've come close to meet a wrestler. Like, I remember one time at a show, like, had to be about good 12 years ago. We had a SmackDown show at our old Kansas Coliseum. That was the real we used to have Wichita, Kansas before we had the Intros Bank Arena. Remember, me and my buddy Zach went to the back where the wrestlers were, like in the parking section. Of course, they blocked us off a fence because we weren't the only fans there. Obviously, everybody's trying to get the wrestlers' attention. I saw Kane, Hornswoggle, Jesse, and Festus, and there were some other people. We were trying to get their attention. Of course, the wrestlers were like not pay attention to any of us. Like they're like, we're trying to get out of here. We don't care. AJ, Matt Hardy, a new Jack. Oh, cool. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean, someday I'd like to meet some wrestlers. I think the closest interaction I ever had to a wrestler, I mean, maybe online, I'm trying to think. I remember for a while I had like DDP as like a friend on MySpace, if anyone remembers MySpace. But I think that's close to the interaction I ever had to any wrestlers. Like he even wished me happy birthday once, but he probably did that for everybody that he was friends with, and whether or not it was actually DP sending out the message or somebody that was running his MySpace account back at the time. Yeah, I mean that's the closest at least. But someday I would love to meet a wrestler. We don't really get many wrestling conventions here besides, just whenever WWE comes to town. But I don't know if there's ever something that comes to town or I have a chance to go somewhere that's near here, meet a wrestler. I mean, I would love to. Like one of my friends, he went to a convention and met Sting. I was like, "Oh, you lucky son of a gun!" Hell, even there, my friends met Hulk Hogan, and even got a picture with him. I was like, oh my god!" I was like, I would have loved to have. I mean, love or hate him, Hulk Hogan probably one of the most overrated wrestlers ever. But still Hulk Hogan. Still a synonymous name of wrestling. Okay, Josh, I appreciate it. Thanks for joining my stream, dude. Have a good sleep. Oh, cool. I would like to meet the Undisputed Era. That'd be cool. Well, guys, here in about a minute, couple minutes or so, I'm about ready to end the stream. I gotta get myself something to eat. Oh, going to Westfield. Sorry, I don't know why. I saw you say going to head off now. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying going to bed. I apologize. You're going off to West. Okay. Well, I guess because it's still like daytime where you are, so I guess you probably have some plans. All right. So I know it's Monday over there in Australia while it's still Sunday here in the U.S. But I got you. All right, well, have fun then, Josh. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Hey, at least you're going out and you're doing stuff, dude. That's cool. Yeah, 150. All right. Yeah, I figured it was sometime in the day for you. All right, I got you. Yeah, it's 9:50 here. Uh, okay, it's about to be 10 o'clock. Tech News will be coming on here soon. Yeah. And I gotta get myself something to eat anyway. About to make myself something for dinner. So, being back in March for Fastlane. That what was it? Sunday, March 10th. Yeah, I have to remember that March and February are kind of. What is the worst wrestling figure? You know what, dude? Trying to describe it is kind of hard. I mean, there's probably been a lot of bad ones. Probably one of the worst ones I've ever seen was a Triple H Titantron live figure from 1999. It looked nothing like Triple H. It looked like an old man. I'm gonna try to. If you know what I'm talking about, maybe you do. But I'm gonna see if I can try to find the figure picture. I had the figure one time too. I eventually got rid of it because I thought it was bad. And I got like in a 4-pack with Mankind, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, or no, it was Mankind, Kane, and Stone Cold Triple H. My uncle and cousin got for me for like Christmas in 1999, and I mean I still have like the Mankind, Austin, and Kane, and the figures weren't really the best looking figures. So this was before they had real scan technology. But the Triple H figure, oh my god, it was terrible looking. Let's see if I can find the picture. It looked like an old man basically. Looked nothing like Triple H, like absolutely nothing like him. So that's probably like the worst figure I've ever seen. I'm see if I can find it anywhere here on Google. Yeah. Oh, you do know? Okay. Well, I'm gonna show it to everybody else that doesn't know what I'm talking about, unless if you're not really a figure collector. But all right, hold on. Yeah, that figure. I know this doesn't do it justice. Trying to show it on my phone, but that thing is like kill it, fire. It looks nothing like Triple H. They tried and they failed. Like that was a terrible figure. And I've seen other bad figures over the years, but that was definitely one of the worst I've ever seen. It's like thank God when Jax got the like real scan technology that they actually made better face scans Triple H, because as much as Jax made some of the worst face scans, they also made some of the best ones too. Mattel is doing pretty well with the whole true effects that they're doing nowadays, even though I have seen some nowadays that don't look great, but it's still something new they've been trying out since last year. And I mean, I'll say it's not some of the best figures I bought were the top picks so far, like the AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, and I'm looking forward to many more that are going to be coming here pretty soon. That I bought from Ringside Collectibles. 2010. Well, 2010 was an okay year for wrestling. For me, it'll always still be either the Attitude Era or little bits of the Ruthless Aggression era. At least when it comes to eras I've lived through for wrestling. And then maybe, some eras I never really had a chance to experience because I was either too young and didn't watch wrestling yet, or wasn't even around for, like, maybe sometime in the 80s or even going on early up in the 90s. The new generation kind of seems to be the forgettable era of wrestling before the Attitude Era. Of course, the Attitude Era will always be that one era of wrestling that helped get WWE over to be the company it is today. But, oh well, I mean, overall, I still enjoy wrestling, even when a lot of my friends have stopped watching it, but I still have friends that do. Yeah. Well, John Cena, it's like he's trying to be like The Rock, but The Rock's still better at doing movies than John Cena. But oh, Edge, yeah, Edge is another one of my favorites. Oh yeah, I'm about to say definitely Edge is somewhere in my top favorites wrestlers for me. Dead or Alive, Macho Man Randy Savage, Sting, definitely Edge is on there. Chris Jericho, and then there's Bret Hart. Used to be a big CM Punk fan until CM Punk walked out and decided to kind of just diss himself from the wrestling business. But whatever. I mean I can somewhat respect Punk's reasons, and some ways I don't. But yeah, I just try to enjoy wrestling for what it is. Even when people try to still give me the whole, oh, but it's still fake. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, like I said, I still watch wrestling. I've been watching wrestling since 1998. I rarely ever miss an episode of Raw or SmackDown, even though there was a brief time when I did miss Raw because I didn't have cable and I didn't have internet, so I wasn't able to. Well, plus for a while before 2005, it was hard to be able to catch up on wrestling besides reading the results online before WWE YouTube channel was able to post clips of Raw and SmackDown, and now we got the network, so you can go back and watch old episodes. I mean, so I usually try not to miss Raw and SmackDown. Nowadays I usually just catch the clips on YouTube, or I mean, think about getting Hulu just to maybe watch, even if it's like condensed episodes of Raw and SmackDown. But still, it's just better that way nowadays than trying to watch a 3 hour episode of Raw every Monday night. Especially when they were still doing the overrun, I would eventually, after a while, just fall asleep because I get home so late from work, and by the time they get to that, I'm like, man, I want to fast forward through this. This is too much. I mean, the overrun was okay back in the days when it was a 2 hour show, especially when I used to flip back and forth between Raw and Nitro. Like right after Nitro ends, I would go back and catch what's left of Raw. Oh, those were days. But yeah, so it's all about to be 10 o'clock, guys. I'm getting ready to sign off here, so I'm actually glad to have some people come on to this review. I do appreciate it, and I hope you guys will be back for my next stream. Yeah, definitely NXT. NXT is a lot better. They know all about wrestling. It's all about the art of put on good matches. Something that we just don't get to see on Raw or SmackDown, and even rarely on the pay-per-views. But I mean, there were some good spots on the pay-per-view for sure, especially in the chair matches. But yeah, guys, yep. Thank you, Tony. I do appreciate it, man. I'm glad you were actually able to join me on my review here, and thank you, WWE Fan 23. Of course, thanks my buddy Savvy as Joshua Arts. And like I said, guys, I'm gonna try to do. Yep. Thank you. Yep. See you too. Yep. I'm gonna try to do a live stream for Fastlane, do predictions, and I don't know if I'll open cards in every predictions live stream. It's just sometimes I like to do that. I mean, I want to go back to doing trade card videos again, just because, like I said, I want to try to do them a little better. Just a little. I mean, they're not gonna be anything too special, but yeah, yep, too sweet. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, guys, so besides the videos I have a chance to post, whether it be toy hunts or unboxings, do join me again on Sunday, March 10th for Fastlane, and then I'll do the live review on that as well. And then, of course, when WrestleMania comes, guys, I will make sure to live stream that. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. Rock on, keep collecting, and I hope to see y'all in my next stream.